Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Still City Insider podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Jeremy Hritz, alongside publisher of Still City Insider, Jim Wexell. Jim, the Steelers get a divisional win. Aaron Rodgers is hurt. It's a Tomlin Tuesday. What did the head coach have to say about his injured quarterback?
The head coach sounds like he's going to make his decision Friday to make sure that Rodgers, what was the word? Not stabilized, functionality. He wants to check the functionality of whatever brace they're going to give him. And he is going to not have surgery. So it's not a serious injury. It will heal up by itself, but it's up in the air. I don't think anyone in Pittsburgh would be nervous if either guy start, right? Would you be?
No, and in fact, I was going to comment that I felt like the offense looked like it had a little bit more life with Rudolph in there. Now, I'm not saying he's the better quarterback than Rodgers, but no, I'm not nervous about either starting.
Yeah. You know, when they signed Mason, you can go back and check the podcasts. I thought that was good enough. I thought it was a good risk to chase Rodgers and wait, because even if Rodgers finally said no, great. Rudolph, I thought, we can't count Darnold at whatever he wanted, $50 million a year. You can't really count that because that's out of your price range. But otherwise, Rudolph, I thought was the best of a bad free agent lot. It's always a bad free agent quarterback lot, right? But I thought Rodgers would have been an improvement. I still think Rodgers would be the better starter, especially playing in Chicago. I have the numbers. I believe he's 12-3 in Chicago.
Wow.
25-5 his lifetime. Of course, that was with the Bears were worse. The Packers were better than the Steelers are. Not all the time, but most of that era, I think. Yeah, whatever. So there's familiarity of playing in Chicago that Rudolph does not have. He's never played the Bears. Yeah. Now, part of Rudolph's ease and comfortability of stepping in last week was he was at home, slightly playing a team he was familiar with. I'm not trying to denigrate him. The coach will not make the move. It's like he's going to play Darius Slay instead of James Pierre. It's what you do with your esteemed leaders. I think Slay's downfall has been overrated. Everybody will disagree with me, I'm sure, in the comments section. I don't know that it's that bad. To my eye, anyway, I would keep playing him. What you're looking at in James Pierre is a revelation. He's really gotten better, and he's going to help you long run. And right now, Slay gets injured every time he makes a tackle, right? They take him off, and then 2 plays later, you look, he's back in, like Eccles. Same thing. Now, I know you asked about the quarterback. I should just back off the cornerback thing, but you did say quarterback. Any other questions about quarterbacks? Comments?
I have to, again, from the fans' perspective, I would say that I did see a little bit more giddy up in the offense with Rudolph in there, but how much is that is just he comes in, he gives the guys a spark. I'm not saying that he necessarily gives the team the better option to make a run or a push, but in that moment on Sunday, it seemed like he gave the unit something that they needed to move the football, because early in that game with Rodgers in there, sure, they did score a touchdown. The offense still looked like it was struggling like it did the week prior.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Less skittish, more trusting of his blocking. Pocket passer for sure. Throws a pretty deep ball, always has.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to see more of a deep ball. I would still take Rodgers going into Chicago. And I would definitely start Rodgers just as a team leader and team guy until it becomes apparent. And when it becomes apparent that Rudolph is a better option, Rodgers will know, and he'll admit it. He's not what they call a dick, right?
It's an eloquent way of putting it.
You have to excuse me. I'm on steroids for the shingles thing. I'm in the middle of the steroid run. So I just got back from the gym. I'm going to take advantage of that. And my energy is high.
All
and
right.
I'm hungry.
I like it.
And my shingles, I don't feel them at all. But we'll wait till after 10 days and then we'll see if it comes back.
Okay.
Anyway, enough of my medical report. That's Rodgers' medical report. That's my opinion on the Rodgers situation. It's nice to see two good quarterbacks and two serviceable quarterbacks that can win for you.
Yeah.
And, the Bears, I know I said this before San Diego. Did we have a podcast before the San Diego game? I said they were going to beat San Diego. The numbers for San Diego were horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that.
You
I
did.
did predict the Steelers over the Colts, even though on that podcast I misspoke and said I took the Colts. But so I'm 1-1 in those games. And I think we all had a sense they were going to find a way to beat Cincy. We didn't think it would be that easy. These numbers by the Bears, it's just, they've played horrible competition the last five. They've given up 5.1 a carry. They've rushed for 5.5. Good running team.
Mhm.
The pass defense is hideous. So find a way to beat that pass defense. Easier said than done with, it's like a one-leg team instead of a two-leg team, right? Without that second receiver.
Yeah.
More Washington, more Freiermuth, more Jalen. I know Jalen might, I don't know, he's expected to play. But more of those power guys, more of those Metcalf, lower your head in the open field, make these secondary guys, feel what they felt last week when Washington was rumbling. They got Metcalf can do the same thing. Warren can do the same thing.
That was beautiful too. And those types of plays, whenever Washington has produced them, or even Metcalf, because he's had a few physical plays out there, there's a chain reaction to the team where it builds momentum. Like there's something that comes from that. I agree with you. Play more of that style of football, or pounding it with Warren, because he's been their best offensive player all year.
It seems like it's more of an open field punishing team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once Warren gets started, then he'd punish you in the open field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like him so much better than Gainwell, but if you have the roles, that's what good teams do. Everybody has their role. Caleb Johnson is the backup first down guy. So they try to get him a series, and he's starting to earn his way. And it's a process. And I love to watch it play out. Everybody thinks Tomlin sucks as a coach, but I don't. And I like the way he's working these guys. I like how he gives everyone a role. Sometimes wish that they do their jobs better. You sometimes wish the coaches would scheme better. But I just like the way he manages his team. And I like how Darnell Washington has risen, and it's become obvious to all. And now it's time to roll with him as Jonnu slides into the back.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Jonnu. You get a few opportunities, you drop the ball.
He has shown some inconsistent hands on multiple occasions.
And you can't do that the way Washington's playing.
No.
And Freiermuth, I mean, we see his playmaking ability. He needs to get the ball more. He's an open field threat. And he can run. He can run with the ball. And he knows how to get first downs. He's a smart, instinctive player.
Yeah.
So more of that. Get them to come off Metcalf, and then you could do that with Metcalf. Wide receiver screens, things like that. And deep balls too. He'll come up.
Yeah. Now, how about the defensive side of the ball, Jim? Because once again, they were able to engender the turnovers. We got a pick six from Cal Duggar, which is nice. The fumble return by Mr. Pierre. The defense put together a great effort collectively. Did give up a little bit on the ground. The run defense was a little leaky, but overall, solid performance.
Again, more people stepping into the roles. Look at the safeties. Brandon Eccles. I'm not convinced about him as a slot, but Ramsey filled in for him when Chuck Clark came in the game. So Ramsey can still do that. And Asante Samuel is going to make his appearance. He looks ready. You've seen the clips of him.
Yeah.
So that helps, even though they've got a guy back this week. I would hope they'd activate Samuel. Maybe not. Maybe there's not a number for him yet. Maybe they'll decide it's not time, but they have him. And, Malik Harrison is finding his role as that 4-3. When they use three inside linebackers, Peyton Wilson's basically the strong safety responsibilities. So that 4-3 is really helping against the run. Who else is finding their role? Well, Sawyer, of course, but Highsmith will be coming back. And finally, that 3 OLB package worked off. That gave him the pick six on Duggar
Yeah.
because both TJ and Herbert got there. Herbert came from the inside. Sawyer was also on the field, too. And that three outside linebacker package, they've been using it all year, and it just hasn't done anything. I kind of like the big man coming up the middle, but this time Herbert found his way in there and pressured that pick. So some of this stuff's starting to work. I know it was just the Bengals, but man, defensively against the Bengals, yeah, that's
Hey, that's
pretty
a good
good.
offense. That's a good
Yeah,
offense.
yeah.
Jim, I want to ask you something too about Sawyer, and I'm probably coming way out of left field with this one, but he seems like a very cerebral player. And there was a specific play this weekend when he was running down the tackle line, made a good play in run defense, and I was like, you know what, this guy almost looks like he would be could make a good inside backer at some point. Do you think they would ever be able to transition him
I
with?
tried to get Herbig to be the inside backer, and now they're using him inside on pass loops. And um, I don't know if he could. I mean, we saw him cover Higgins, didn't we?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah,
Gave
yeah,
up a touchdown.
yeah,
That was supposed to be a crosser. Higgins saw it, turned it up. They didn't get any pressure, probably because Sawyer was in coverage. They didn't have any pressure.
yeah,
No, I like him as a run stopping outside linebacker. I mean, that was the biggest outside linebacker they drafted in a while. He was probably about the same size as TJ, maybe a few pounds more. But, their run defense was so bad at the end of last year that as a fourth round pick, give you some pass rush, give you some bulk. I like him as a defensive end, outside linebacker.
yeah. And it's if you look at this year's draft class, I mean, I know we still have plenty of games left. I've got the schedule pulled up here, just kind of looking ahead. But your defensive ball players there, Black, Harmon, Sawyer.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have some guys that you can build around, and then you have 12 draft picks as of now, coming up in 2026. You have some players that you can build around. So yeah, a lot of people are saying one and done in the postseason. We get our 8-8 or 9-8, the participation trophy, whatever. But there's something here with some of these younger players that I think can be built on moving forward.
Sure. I mean, they've signed a lot of old people, but they didn't give up draft capital. They didn't give up the future. This isn't like Buddy Parker trying to put a team around Bobby Lane, and wasting all the 1960s draft picks. So I mean, 2, 3 weeks ago, I thought they had to draft a corner, maybe first.
Mm-hmm.
Now Joey Porter is fourth in the NFL in opponents' passer rating. He ran with Chase 35% of the time, one-on-one, on 14 routes. And then you got Pierre coming on, and then you got Samuel and Eccles. Slay, I don't see him sticking around another year. While I'm more positive on him than most, I'm not that positive. He is what I wrote in my story. He's 54. So they don't have to draft that corner that early now, and that's a relief.
Yeah.
Because they need a playmaker, right? Quarterback and a playmaker. Uh, um, I don't know about a tackle. I hate to go there again.
Yeah.
Guard, definitely a guard. Replace Ciamalo, give Spencer Anderson depth. Spencer Anderson moves up next year to replace Ciamalo. I mean, first round guard wouldn't bother me in the least. But I mean, we got a long way to talk about
Yeah.
that.
I was getting ahead of myself, but that
But everyone calls this the future is now. They're all in. They didn't go all in. They added draft capital actually, and you can all have your George Pickens too.
yeah.
When Omar let him go, Omar told us at the press conference he's going to have a great year.
Yeah.
I know it, and he had a sick feeling in his stomach, but it couldn't be tolerated anymore.
No. That was the right decision. It was the right.
He was even benched to start the last game when he went off. He had a great game.
Yeah.
He was benched to start the game.
Crazy George.
Ah,
Crazy George.
wait till he gets paid.
Yeah.
Then you're going to see crazy.
That brings me to the I just want to go through the remaining games here. And speaking of crazy, because it's pretty challenging. The Steelers have had a rough schedule this year. But you got the Bears this weekend, then the Bills come to Pittsburgh the week after. First, then the first matchup with the Ravens in Baltimore. The Dolphins, although the Dolphins have been challenging here as of late, at the Lions, the Browns, that defense is legit, and then closing out with the Ravens in Pittsburgh. So,
Same old stuff. Nothing that scares me. Nothing like last year.
but I think that they're playing competitive teams, high quality teams, tough teams. So if they are going to get in the postseason, I think that the path that they traveled to get there says something about earning it. I don't think it has been an easy stretch just looking at the teams they played and the teams coming up. So there's a long way to go before making the postseason, but iron sharpens iron in the words of Tomlin. I like the way the schedule's set up.
Well, iron didn't sharpen that iron last year. It kind of smashed it into the ground.
It's
But
true.
yeah, I hear you. That's way too far ahead for me. I mean, people get injured all the time. The Bills are their defense is reeling. It kind of could be similar to the mid '90s when the transition between the Steelers and Bills occurred. I don't think this is that young and promising of a Steelers team yet, but the Bills, their defense is fading. Man, their defense is playing poorly. Chicago could they've got a division lead. They're coming off an emotional game. What three consecutive fourth quarter comebacks for the kid quarterback?
Mhm.
He's the youngest quarterback to do that, except for Vince Young.
Yeah.
His five last is it last drive? Five come from five last 2 minutes comebacks are the most in Bears history.
Wow.
I mean, I know the Bears have had crappy quarterbacks. As a lifelong Bears fan myself, but Sid Luckman and Jim McMahon didn't have five in a year. That's amazing. So this kid's pretty good, but their defense is very shaky. 12.5 per completion is horrible. And Steelers have the pluck factor. They have the effectiveness factor. They score when they get in the red zone. They it's not always a long drive. It's not always a pretty offense to watch, but they take advantage. 11.7 yards per point. 11.7 yards per point is short. Bears are 15.5.
Mm-hmm.
So the Steelers have the pluck. So that factors in special teams, field position, a lot of good stuff. And so I like that number. And the yards per completion I like as a number. And for playing a really easy schedule, let's see, Minnesota's 4-6, Giants 2-9, Cincy 3-7, Baltimore 5-5, and New Orleans 2-8. It's a 3-14 composite, one loss record. They have a minimal margin at the line of scrimmage over the Steelers, both offense and defense.
Yeah.
Very slight, negligible. Steelers have played a decent schedule. You're 8-2 Colts, 6-3-1 Green Bay's, 7-4 Chargers. They're not as bad as when you're not watching them as closely. They're not that bad. You look at the numbers; they're not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they got to win this weekend to maintain that lead over the Ravens because that's definitely going to be the storyline as we move deeper into the season. But it's going to be a fun one. Anything as we wrap up here, Jim?
No, I just want to. Wolf's book is out. Love Wolf. Love his book. His voice is it resonates. It's a beautiful memoir. A lot of cool stories. And let me get this one in there too. This one, my guys, the publishing house. This came out last year, and that's a beautiful book. It's really beautiful and well done. I really like it. That's why I'm still pushing it. So I'm going to be at signings. I'll announce them, and we'll be signing both books. So,
awesome.
Good Christmas presents.
Absolutely. Make sure you guys check those out. We appreciate your support of the channel. Drop any comments that you have down below. Jim won't read them. We'll see you back here next week, hopefully discussing a Steelers victory over the Bears.
Over the Bears. Yeah, somebody's had a few this afternoon, huh? All right. Hey, take care, folks.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
Just where my feet will rest.